All right, back to No More Bouncing with Andy.
No more bouncing with Andy. We were going to have more bounce to the ounce. That was our original plan, but we found that the conversion rate from bounce to ounce wasn't great.
It was too high.
It was too high. We couldn't afford it.
The economics on the bounce rate was just... It was uncontrollable. And we can't be responsible for that. Oh! You're fine. That was absolutely not remotely harrowing at all.
But it felt it, didn't it?
No.
No.
It was immediately... It was deceptive. It was deceptive in that it made it think like it was going to be a problem, but it wasn't... Almost immediately wasn't a problem.
Dude, the game totally trolled us just then.
This friggin' game. I remember playing this when I was a kid and just hating every time you hit something that you felt like you didn't have a lot. This is one of those games where I feel like you're just on the cusp of not having full control of your guy.
Yeah.
You definitely can't move him around as much as you do with some of the other platformers like Mario.
Well, especially once, because this game's big thing is that when it picks up speed. Like, that was, that's the thing that really differentiates it from a lot of other platforms is you turn into the ball, you start going really fast, through loop-to-loops, things like that. And at that point, you're at the complete mercy of the game.
Yep.
If the level wants to take you in a good place, it's going to. If it doesn't want, you don't want.
What are you getting at there, buddy? You gonna say some words?
Nah.
So far, it's not working out too well.
There we go. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, shooting sparkles.
I think there's a secret up here. I don't know, though. If I keep building up speed...
I think you lost speed there.
Oh yeah, I'm doing very poorly at this. That probably is like... If we had people who watch this, the comments would be full of people complaining.
Yeah.
Thankfully, no one does.
That is so typical of people.
So, they're not going to complain as much.
It's a strange level design.
It really is.
I never really took, notice of this when I was a kid. Because you just take it for what it is, which is just a weird, cartoony game. But the hell are you?
Dude,
what the hell is this?
We're in Spring Zone.
What does that mean? What are all these lights?
I think it's Cleveland.
What's with these pylons? Why is everything pylons and lights, but with no real purpose?
Because... I'm gonna
this place is maniacal.
I'm gonna have to say Cleveland again. Mostly because I've never been to Cleveland, so I have no way of knowing that it's not Cleveland.
There you go.
There we go. I totally figured out how that works.
Oh, you friggin' idiot!
Yep.
Oh,
there we go.
Well, that's
shameful.
Yeah, you got one life left, mate.
Oh shit! Do I really?
Yeah, you're about to game over yourself.
Well, no. I think this continues for this game.
No, there isn't. You need to live in the moment, Andy. Stop pretending you can just keep doing things over. Even if it's true.
Even if it's true. I shouldn't act like it is.
Exactly.
Come on, get out of my way. Get out of my way.
Get out of the way, blocks.
Do games have cheat codes anymore?
Fairly few, Fairly few. I don't know why that is.
And I mean like actual cheat codes, not like GoldenEye Perfect Dark style
modifiers.
Unlock modifiers kind of thing.
Yeah, that's it. That's all of it, man. You fucked it up. You've disappointed the whole world.
No, but there's...
Nope. Look at the disappointment.
I'm gonna continue.
So disappointing.
I'm gonna continue.
That's part of the disappointment.
We were talking about cheat codes.
The thing about cheat codes is I don't really understand why they stopped making them unless it's directly correlated to like multiplayer. So but you could definitely make them work in single player, not multiplayer.
Right.
Is it an achievements problem? Because there are a few games that have done the whole. There are cheats that you can enable, like GTA, I think, is one that...
And it disables achievements when you put in your first cheat, yeah.
But, I don't know.
Because I feel like... Mostly, I was playing Dark Forces the other day, because it's 1994,
right.
Or whatever it was that game came out. And I can still remember the cheat codes I used to put in, and it was just nice to be able to quickly jump in the game, unlock all weapons, and just be very quickly reminded of, the weapons, that kind of thing. Yeah. That's all I really wanted, was just a quick, 5-minute trip down memory lane. To go in there, shoot a couple of stormtroopers with whatever gun was in slot 9. You guys who played Dark Forces, you know what gun I'm talking about.
Yeah, slot 9.
Slot 9.
Slot 9.
Yeah, it was kind of sexy in a gun sort of way.
In a slotty sort of way.
I remember reading, because this is back when... my dad would take me to Media Play or something like that, or Best Buy, and I'd buy a game.
Mm-hmm.
but then there would be about another 3 hours of errands before I could get home and play the game.
So you'd pop it open and read the manual?
Just read the manual. Just sitting in the car.
I miss that.
I do too. Oh.
That seemed cheap.
I feel like I got a little robbed there, but
Yeah.
that's fine. Yeah, I think the last manual, I think actually you and I talked about this before, but the last manual I can remember reading was when you and I picked up Army of Two, the first one.
I can see that. Yeah, because we grabbed it and then we went to a nearby diner.
And sat in the diner, had some coffee and that kind of and stuff. I think we were just killing time for, I don't know, whatever reason.
I think we were just having coffee and goofing off.
And just reading through the Army of Two manual.
Yeah. And that was probably the last one. I know, like, when manuals started to have their decline, but before the internet was quite as powerful and supine as it is now.
Supine?
I don't know, I panicked with another word to describe the internet. This monolithic beast that literally any word could describe.
Orange.
Orange. And I remember thinking, there was this point where I had this idea that to replace the lost manuals, or the fact that manuals were no longer any good, I would start buying the Prima strategy guides?
Oh, yeah!
And so I know I bought one for Oblivion.
Oh god, that Oblivion strategy guide
It was
awesome.
Huge! It was like full color, and it was easily a few hundred pages. And even when you weren't playing the game, you could just read through like a quest that you never encountered. And I remember even thinking that was nice just with a game, especially with a game like that where there's so much content you won't discover on one playthrough. Mm-hmm. And just like, oh, this quest sounds really cool. I like how this sounds. And then without fully reading through it and knowing exactly how it all plays out, then you would go find out where to start it and then play through it.
I was actually thinking of that when I was playing Skyrim, because I started and stopped with Skyrim probably, like a million times.
Yeah.
Kept creating new characters, kept playing them for some period of time, then stopping for a while, creating a new character. I am sure that there's probably about 50 or 100 quests I still have never come across.
Ding! Ding! There we go.
I'm trying to get out of there. I'm trying.
You're trying. You are trying to talk and play, so that's difficult. I'll grant you that.
But so like I'm sure there's tons of those in Skyrim that I never actually came across because they were
There's little hidden away areas, you know?
in little hidden away areas, or you had to finish 2 other quest lines before they become available.
Yep.
And
yeah. And did you hear about the stuff with Skyrim recently? Not Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls Online.
No, I didn't.
So I don't know if it's been released yet, but obviously you're probably aware that very few people were even remotely excited about this game.
Yeah,
It's the opposite of what people wanted. Everyone, everywhere I've ever talked to has clamored for an Elder Scrolls game that was co-op. No one even necessarily said it had to be more than 2-person co-op, or that the second person even had to have an impact on the story.
Just do like
that another person could play.
Just like the Fable style
Exactly.
drop-in co-op.
Drop in, play with someone else co-op. Don't have to be in the same area. And instead they made this MMO, and I don't know if it's released yet, but apparently that it's already plagued by a very serious problem in which, with almost no effort, you can duplicate gold or any item. So now pretty much everyone is all decked out and super rich, and the economy's now basically not necessarily broken, that would be probably an overstatement of it, but certainly damaged.
Yep.
And I believe it was probably fixed like today or yesterday, but it was out long enough for people to take advantage of it.
Right.
And so, and when I say that, I mean, like, I think it was out for at least a week, if not far more than a week. And that's plenty of time for the people to just, and I guess it wasn't even hard to find. It was something that you might do accidentally.
Okay,
so it's not like that old Pokemon process of duplicating items where you talk to a man in a town, you fly to another town, sail down the East Coast, and then sail west, and then run into a missing no.
Right.
Or whatever that crazy process was.
Was it Celadon?
Yeah, I think it was Celadon, to manipulate memory. Oh, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, I'm so irritated. But yeah, there are a lot of games, I think, remember Diablo 1 had a duplication process, which I think involved, what was it? It involved, like, clicking on something at the exact right second. Mm-hmm. And it's the kind of thing that I could see one guy accidentally having done, and then spending the next 3 hours trying to pun intended, duplicate it.
Yeah. We actually, sorry to say, but we did the same thing with Borderlands 1.
Oh, right!
We realized that there was that multiplayer bug where you could
Well, that was basically just you.
You go in, you join someone else's game, you just drop your items, and you leave. You come back in, and you
turn off the game.
Oh, you turn off the game. That's right. It saves on exit.
Yeah, it saves on exit.
Or
So if you just turned off the system, you would still have your thing in your inventory,
and it would also still be on the ground.
Right.
The person. Yeah, that was devastating. But so yeah, that plagued it, and I guess that's going to make it a bit of a problem.
I don't know why, other than just people seeing, the dollar signs in people's eyes as they see the amount of money that comes out of MMOs, the ones that are successful.
MMOs are just such a waste of time, in my opinion. Not necessarily to play, but just to invest in. You're talking about a game that has to have at least like 500 hours of content, sort of an infinite replayability type aspect to it. Like, it's really the hardest undertaking I really feel like you can do with gaming.
Oh,
and
definitely.
To be able to do that well, evidence has shown that so few people are capable of even doing it. And the people who are capable of doing it have dumped just millions and millions and millions of dollars into these games to make them what they are now, which is, in my opinion, mediocre.
Well, and I feel like, and maybe Elder Scrolls is doing this, I don't know, but I feel like if you're not bringing something new and revolutionary to the table, you're not going to get anywhere with an MMO. Because I don't think anyone's going to want to play another MMO just because it has the Elder Scrolls,
right?
Lore slapped onto it.
And if the Elder Scrolls MMO was really just another Elder Scrolls game that was just massively multiplayer but had all the makings of a normal Elder Scrolls game, I'd be alright with that. But my guess is they had to make the usual concessions that you have to make when you're making an MMO, and it's probably more the MMO-style skill system. It's just, it cheapens it, just because they become so homogenized and similar.
Well, that was actually, I can't remember who it was I was reading that was talking about it. It was saying that, one of the things that was always so nice about the Elder Scrolls games was in every one of them, the story is about you and how you are the hero of this land and you're going to save all these people. Right. You can't do that in an MMO.
Yeah, people made that argument for Guild Wars 2, actually, as well, and I felt like it didn't really apply. I guess it probably does more with Elder Scrolls since that game exists outside of its MMO.
And that was the complaint the guy I was reading was making, was not that that's a problem in MMOs in general, but that the appeal of the Elder Scrolls series was this was a huge quest line about you and your growth as a hero in your journey to being the guy who saved the world.
Right.
But I mean, I felt actually like, I feel like kind of similar to what I did when the Knights of the Old Republic MMO came out. Even though I've heard actually some pretty good things about that, I still haven't. Have you played that one at all?
I haven't played it. Was it free to play now? I don't know.
I think my sister played it because I think it was free for the first. It used to be like free for the first 6 levels or something.
Yeah.
Like the old what was it? Pirates of the Burning Seas.
Yeah, that was a good.
That was a good one. That was basically the best Pirates game until Assassin's Creed 4.
Probably.
And even Assassin's Creed 4 didn't have Landred shot.
Yeah, Landred.
God damn it.
Dude, you're disappointing.
Oh, dude, this is fucking. I'm going to scream.
Your cousins are gonna call you up and laugh at you.
Oh, dude,
remotely pull your pants down.
Please don't pull my pants down from a distance, Kevin. You have a wife and kids. That is not befitting a man of your stature and your
really
station.
Isn't.
Station is the word.
Station.
Look, I gotta take a pause here. So same time next time we'll finish this up.